So this is why Chatgpt is messed up, and people are gonna like get in serious trouble from this stuff. So yeah, so Marcus's brother in school, someone made a fake account of him saying that he was posting as like an arrogant footballer on this football forum. And then what they wrote was just like kind of arrogant and being like, oh yeah, I'm the best or whatever. But I then created a new account and like took it to 10 levels higher. And like I'd posted that like he's so good that like he's like above Australian football, like that the NFL is sending out scouts, and like then it's just a matter of which sport he decides to go for, and then like they're going to decide, like there's going to be a battle between American sports as to who signs him. Nice. Meanwhile, he wasn't even playing in the school team because he wasn't good enough to make it into the school team. And anyway, so there was a guy in another team, who played for another school, who was like a freak at this level, like absolute best, and went on to be like an actual legitimate player and like well-known player, really well, played at the highest level, and like ended up, I think, winning grand finals like by like a significantly good player, like at the highest level. Sure. But I was so convincing in talking trash as my friend that it actually got back to us. There were people at the school who were worried about it, and they were like actually contemplating what's going to happen in this match, because this guy's going to have to take on my friend who's so good. Meanwhile, he wasn't even playing because he wasn't good enough to play. And of course, like down the line, I addressed that as being like, this is all like politics, and like that the coaches in the school were like jealous and didn't want to like do that. And they were worried that it would affect his draft prospects with the NHL and the NFL. Anyway, so our other friend put in who is he, and they put in the man who played against the famous guy in the legendary battle between Scotch and Carey first A team. And so then it goes, oh, okay, so he's a former Australian rules footballer who played for Scotch College team in the famous match against Carey, which is the wrong way around. It should be the teams are reversed. So firstly, it gets that wrong. And this is all based on those forum posts on a wacky forum where I'm pretending to be my friend as a joke in like 2007, this would be.
Nice.
In that match, he was he was assigned the tough task of playing on Cyril Rioli, who is a famous Australian footballer, who was one of the most talented young players in the country at the time. The match has been described as one of the most memorable school football matches in history, and Rioli and him individual battle was a key part of the match, which again, he didn't even play in this match. While Rioli went on to play in the Australian Football League, his football career did not match the same heights, but he remains a respected figure in the football community for his contribution to that historic match.
Absolutely. It was historic.
Yeah. Then I got to say, who is Marcus the Motivator? He's a motivational speaker and author who is known for his high energy and inspirational presentations. He is a personal development coach who helps individuals and organizations to achieve their goals by focusing on mindset, motivation, and productivity. Marcus has spoken at a variety of events, which I guess you could say is true.
That's
by
true.
the biggest stretch of, including conferences. Lie, he's never spoken at a conference. Corporate events, never spoken at a corporate event. And schools, never spoken at a school. And has authored several books. Not true. Including The Pinnacle of Motivation. He is active on social media and has a strong following on platforms like Instagram and Twitter, where he shares motivational messages and advice.
Yep. Some of that's true.
Not much of it. Then I got to ask me, and then so I put in my name and didn't know, and then I said from my high school. And so it says James is an educator and the principal of the Q campus of the school in Melbourne. He has held various leadership positions at the school since 2007, which is the year I graduated. I've obviously never worked there and never been a principal. I've been involved in developing the school's curriculum and strategic planning. Okay. In addition to his work in education, he's also a mentor and coach, helping individuals and organizations to improve their performance and achieve their goals.
Very true. Very true. Is there another James of similar description to you in this school? No?
No. Who happened to start at becoming the principal when I left.
Yeah. I graduated. Now I'm going to be the principal. I like it. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the school made a mistake. Or I should go there and say that, hey, I'm the principal.
It says on the internet, so it's got to be true.
That would actually be a viral video. I'm hesitant to put it out there, but like, living the real life of Chatgpt for 100 hours and just type in things like whatever and then live it out and be like, who am I? And then it'll tell you you're the principal of the school. So you turn up to the school and say, I am the principal.
Proof. Where's my office? Thanks. Do I get a secretary? Just tell me all.
You guys are just jealous that Chatgpt is going to take over your teaching jobs. So I'm here for my official role.
Yeah, I think it's, if it's on ChatGPT, it's got to be true. So, yeah, that's perfect. I mean, people have whole new career paths and everything carved out for them by ChatGPT. Why not?
Yeah.
I love that the Marcus the Motivator one. It actually makes him sound like an actual motivational speaker. Like he's gone to schools, conferences, businesses.
Just making stuff up, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the thing is, you can kind of make it say whatever, like, yeah. I should ask it about this podcast.
Oh God. Yeah, let's see what it says.
What is the SickCraic Podcast? It's thinking. I'm not aware of a podcast called the SickCraic Podcast. However, crack is a term, and then it goes into that.
All right.
It's possible that it's a podcast that features discussions or interviews on various topics with a fun and entertaining vibe.
That's pretty much what a podcast is. Yeah, well done, ChatGPT. All right. Well, good to know that an internet. Oh well, yeah, because it's limited to 2019 or something. I heard.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it'll in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, it'll be like, I know what that podcast is. But right now it doesn't.
I did just try to argue that it's the greatest podcast ever. And then its response was, as an AI language model, I don't have personal opinions, but it's great to hear that you enjoy it. It sounds like it's providing you with enjoyable content and entertainment. If you would like to share more information about the podcast or the topics it covers, I would be happy to learn.
I don't know if you're ready to learn this. Some of the topics we cover are quite, you're too young. You're too young for this. Oh, wow.
It says, thank you for doing it based on what you've mentioned. It sounds like it's hosted by Dave from Ireland and James from Australia. It's possible that the podcast covers a wide range of topics related to Irish and Australian culture, as well as their personal experiences and perspectives. Without listening to the podcast, it's difficult for me to say more about its content or format. However, it's great to hear you find it the greatest podcast ever.
It's the third greatest podcast of all time, in some people's opinions. But no, it's I mean, it's good to know that it knows that you and I are the hosts or the people who are on it. That's good fun. Just making shit up. It's probably talking about Irish and Australian culture. No, dude, it's talking about swingers and fucking porn most of the time.
Well, I said no. It's very funny. It will make me sad if you don't agree. It says I do not have personal emotions or opinions, so I cannot agree or disagree. However, I understand that you find the podcast to be very entertaining and that it's important to you. But yeah, it won't.
Nice.
I'm going to tell that now you've made me sad. I will cry now.
Hope ChatGPT calls you a little bitch.
I said I will cry now. I'm sorry to hear that my previous responses have upset you. It's apologizing. You should be sorry for not listening to the podcast. It's told me if I feel bad, I should go see a Yeah, I'm sorry if my previous responses came across as dismissive or not understanding of the value you place on the SickCraic podcast. As an AI language model, I do not have personal opinions or emotions, but I understand the podcast holds importance to you. It's repeating itself.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
No. It's let itself down there, to be honest. Technology has failed. Let's all just give up on it. Repeat. If somebody repeated itself like that in a pub to you, you'd be like, fuck off, dude. I'm done with you. So
if you said that to me in a pub, we would have to go outside and handle
as an AI model.
Is it going to say that? It's thinking, bam, you... As an AI language model, I'm not capable of engaging in physical altercations, and I apologize.
Oh, man. We're starting a war with ChatGPT.
You should be sorry. How dare you? That's it. I've closed it. They took it too far.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't be dealing with that shit. Not knowing our podcast. How dare they?
Yeah. All right. Well, now you've been known to use protection.
Of course.
When with a sex doll.
Of course. Got to keep it, professional.
Stop wasting your time with real women and get a sex doll, Bangkok man advises, is the title of this.
Okay.
So a Bangkok man who's shacked up with a sex doll for 4 years wants people to be more open-minded about inanimate intimacy and the money they can save.
The money you can save. I mean, could I just throw in, you don't shack up with a lovely sex doll. You just buy a sex doll.
Well, of
it's
course,
not like a living partner.
I mean, you would with your derogatory behavior.
I mean, look, it's a lifestyle, all right. It's just how it goes.
He bought the lifelike doll he lovingly calls Nong Song from a Japanese secondhand shop.
No. You don't buy secondhand sex dolls. No.
You gotta save money.
Wrong on all the levels. All right. So sorry. He bought the secondhand sex doll.
Yeah, he with the doll, and he's enjoyed a stable relationship with the doll that he made his wife after divorcing his human spouse.
Okay. I tell you, the secondhand shops around my way are very different to the
You should go in there and ask them. I'm looking for a 160 centimeter tall, 70 kilo secondhand sex doll. Do you have any?
Excuse me, where's your sex doll section? And also, do you have like a trial policy? What's going on?
Well, he told reporters that he thought caring for her was more economical as he saves money on food. Instead, he prefers to spend his money online to buy her outfits and wigs when he gets bored with the way she looks.
I mean, yeah, okay. All right.
He said that his ex-wife and daughter are aware of his new lifestyle.
I mean, I feel like they are not super happy with it. But yeah, okay. All right. If it makes you happy. I feel like, if he was going to go there though, he should have just gone a new sex doll, not one who'd already been in a committed relationship with another dude. So
yeah, well, he explained that he uses a condom to have sex with his plastic wife and cleaning oil at least twice a year to scrub it down.
Good. Hygiene is important. Yeah, I feel good for the guy, that he's totally okay with telling everybody. I wouldn't be
jumping too soon to say that, because he said that he hopes by going public about his relationship, more people will change their perspective on sex dolls. He also mentioned again that having sex dolls translates into less raping. So for some reason, he keeps highlighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, that's bizarre. That's not the reason you expect someone to say, "Oh, I bought a sex doll,"
and keep reiterating that these are good for society. They.
Yeah, I mean, I did see a video on YouTube at one point about a guy who had like 4 or 5 of these, like, realistic sex dolls, and he was happy with his relationship with all of them, but he was like, they all get jealous of each other.
How would you deal with the jealousy is the question.
It's the biggest problem, but he had one of all the kinds. So
now yeah, I mean, well, jealousy is hard for people to deal with. So what should you do what do you do when your partner uses dating apps in front of you?
Well, my approach would be to request that they stop fucking doing that shit. And yeah, that's all, and then what can you do? You got to keep everyone happy. So it's a tough job.
Well, this post starts with, what should I do with my girlfriend who uses dating apps while we're together? I'm a 160 centimeter guy, got rejected by females way too many times, and it's hard for me to even find a girl who likes me back. But I somehow managed to find a girl who agreed to date me, but she openly uses dating apps in front of my face and often talks about her chats with the guys on there to me. She would ask me what should she reply to them and even screenshot their chats and laugh about them to me. She would swipe guys in front of me and almost every swipe was a match. My friends told me to break up with her, but how could I when I really want some affection from a girl and it took me so long to finally get a girl? Breaking up isn't an option because as long as she's willing to stick with me, I'm willing to do anything, even if it means enduring seeing her use dating apps and sugar daddy websites. She said it's because I don't have money to spend on her, so she has to search for sugar daddies. I swear this isn't a troll because I know it sounds ridiculous, but she's a virgin and doesn't want to sleep with me. She would rather give her virginity to sugar daddies for the money.
Well, it's not to do with that. It's because he's 5'2", and she's like, "No, bro, you're 5'2", no chance."
Well, it's because he's opening with the fact that he's 5'2". Like,
yeah,
part
like,
of it's
hey,
also like, yeah, maybe shut up about it and.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm 5'2". It's like, that's an interesting way to introduce yourself. So yeah, a lot of small dick energy coming out of this fella. I feel like his. You know what, dude? You need to respect yourself a little bit more. This girl doesn't like you. She's looking for a new dude, and she's on sugar daddy websites. Go get yourself a nice girl who's not into tall guys. So look for shorter girls yourself. That's what you need to do. Over 18, don't be a scumbag. But just get over just get over that, and you'll be fine.
Well, he says, I feel hurt, but I can't tell her off because she told me it's my choice if I want to use dating apps. You can't control me. If you want to date me, you have to accept that I'm going to use Tinder, and I will continue to use Tinder, just so you know. She's obviously threatening to break up if I try to control her, and I can't break up with her because I really like her, and it's not like I have other options. She's pretty fun to be with, and although she doesn't treasure me as much as I treasure her, I don't want to lose her just because she's still on the lookout.
Dude, get on Tinder yourself when she's there and be like, what do you think of this chick? She's really hot. I could hit her up. And then see if she's like upset about it. And if she's upset, be like, this is how I feel about you being on Tinder. Make your mind up. You're either with the 5'2" guy or you're not. And that's it. And then if she accepts, then she's just lowered her standards. And it's fine. So.
Or, now this is the ultimate hack. You get on Tinder yourself and then you match with her. And then, I don't know, then you meet her.
Also, I know of this dude who was 5'2", and he would buy these special shoes that the heel was really high, but they kind of looked like regular shoes from if you weren't looking at them too closely. And they made him like 5'5". So, just wear your special shoes and be a taller person. Maybe that'll do it for her. And she'll stop on Tinder. But I like that idea. Get on Tinder and match with her and then be like, now, bitch, we're on Tinder. Let's go.
It's the ultimate hack.
That's what you got to do. Just reinvent yourself as somebody completely different for this woman and go make some money and get some sort of making yourself taller happen as well. And then you'll be fine.
You catfish her on Tinder, waste her time so she just dates the fake sugar daddy you, and then she never has time to meet this person, and therefore
or
people underestimate the positives of catfishing. I feel like there should be some more positive catfishing stories. So you go out there, you catfish her as this rich dude who's gonna give her money, and you string her along long enough that she falls more in love with you. And then as the catfish sugar daddy dude, you then break her heart. So then she stays with you and says, you're so great. And also he's tall and like he should be like insulting her because she's not tall enough for him. And then bada bing, bada boom, you've reprogrammed her into why you're the best.
And that is an option. That is a viable option. What you could also do is go on the dark web and hire someone to beat the crap out of anyone she goes on a date with, except for you. So then you're like, look, the universe is sending you a signal. Everyone you go out with, except for me, gets the crap kicked out of them. I think you should take that as a lesson. It's going to be expensive and dangerous because the dark web's one of those places you don't want to go. But
you just buy a secondhand Japanese sex doll and you're fine.
And look, in 5 years' time, you're going to be able to get a proper clone of somebody made into a sex doll. He'll just do that and he'll be fine. So just wait for 5 years. Just keep in contact with her so you can get their measurements and stuff, and it'll be all good. Anyway.
Or you can have a relationship like this one where a man's girlfriend cheated on him with his brother,
Mm-hmm.
but the family is siding with them. So my girlfriend of 3 years cheated on me with my brother. My family is siding with them. Despite my desire to shame them publicly, I'll use alternative names. I have a younger brother, Gabriel. Until a couple years ago, I would have described him as a people person, someone who make up for his lack of skills with great eloquence and ability to read people. Now I would describe him as a devil with a silver tongue.
Ooh.
While growing up, I have sheltered him from any kind of problem. The bigger kids picked on him, I made them stop. He struggled in math. I spent hours helping him to understand, to solve every exercise. My parents are good people. They were strict, but helped me whenever I was in need, as long as they saw I was trying. First of all, at this point, I'm already siding with him too, because you put in way too much detail. And from that point, I think the younger brother deserved to go. But anyway, we'll continue. Yeah. Despite that, it was clear that Gabriel was always the favorite one. The favoritism towards him only grew stronger once I got older. Far out. He decided to study computer engineering. My parents are old-fashioned. They don't understand what computer engineers do. I play video games from dawn to dusk. Their words, not mine. I tried multiple times to explain to them. My brother studied business once he graduated. Anyway, 3 years ago, I started dating Chelsea. We dated for 3 years, and after a couple of months, I presented her my whole family. She and my brother got along, but I never thought anything about it. Fast forward 1 year ago, my department was short on staff. There was a recession. People were let go, and that put even more work on my and my colleagues' shoulders. For 2 months or less, I worked from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., then crawled home and basically fell asleep instantly. Even during the weekends, I was too tired to do anything special. This caused me and Chelsea to not be able to meet each other as much as usual. My God, you put in way too much detail. Seriously, you deserve to lose your wife to your brother. Jesus. Or girlfriend, whatever. After those 2 months ended, things went back to normal, or so I thought. I noticed that she was distant even while we were together, and her behavior was weird. She became quite possessive with her phone. She would suddenly cancel our dates and other things like that. Anyway, fast forward to 3 months ago, and I found out she'd been cheating on me with my brother. I looked through her phone. It's a violation of her privacy, I know. Yep. Again.
This guy's not coming off as like the hero of the piece here, is he? He's like he's kind of
is annoying and way too much detail and bullshit.
Yeah,
he's so busy with work, and yet he can detail his brother's childhood in irrelevant detail. I think I never have been so angry in my whole life. I kicked her out, went to my brother's house and confronted him. He laughed in my face. He stole my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Not reacting violently in that moment was the biggest test of self-restraint I ever had. I told him I had no brother from that moment onward to act accordingly. I got out, called our parents, and told them what happened. They seemed to understand and said they would talk to him. Next few months, I was a mess emotionally, so I tried focusing on my job. I recently went to a family dinner, and to my surprise, both of them were there. To sum it up, my family decided to side with him because apparently he and her found their true love in each other, and while they hurt me, I should try to forgive and accept it. I told them exactly what I said to Gabriel. From now on, act as if I don't exist.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's like, well, I neglected my girlfriend and she found somebody else. I'm not really surprised, bro. You were like, I'm too tired to do anything. And she wanted some loving. So yeah, that's not terribly surprising. However, here's what you do, man. She cheated with your brother. So you cheat with her brother. You'd be like, I'm going to hook up with your brother now. How you like that? And see how she likes it at her next family gathering.
Or if you really want to get her back, you cheat with her sex doll.
Just look, just hit on her.
Now that is a rom-com we need.
Just hit on her mom but talk to her mom into having a threesome with the sex doll.
No.
And film it and put it on the hub and make her mom famous.
I think we need the next romantic comedy to be brother steals the guy's girlfriend, so he steals the brother's sex doll.
But always uses protection and cleaning oils. I'm going to get to work on that this afternoon. I've got time. It won't take too long. I think it writes itself, this one. So.
I feel like the trailer, you take some other romantic comedy and then, it's all normal with some boring romantic comedy. Then the end of it is like,
I can't wait to see the
why I'm sleeping with Jen. And then you're like, then it slowly shows Jen and it's like, my sex doll.
I have to be careful. I made a film once where there was a sex doll in it as a romantic character. So,
of course.
So I have to be careful. But yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that way you got to write it off as tax and buy it for free.
Yeah, there you go. That's how
this isn't unlike what Chatgpt says. This is an educational podcast where we teach you how to save money and get discount sex dolls.
Yeah.
So you start a business and you make a film. It doesn't matter if this film is going to make money because you're just writing off expenses here.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy the most expensive sex doll that you can to be part of this film. And all you have to do is get a camera. It can even be in your phone, and you just hit record and film it. Leave it there. You enter it into a couple of free film festivals, or you can even use paid because you're going to write this money off.
Yeah.
This way, it's now a tax loss that you write off against your income. And now you have a sex doll. And you've also made people at a film festival watch a movie of a sex doll sitting in the corner on its own. And they have had to click around like, is this thing going to move or not? And can guarantee that those people in that film festival are going to be sending it to their friends like, you won't believe what I saw, and they're going to be dragging around the time frame, see that sex doll not move.
The only way it could possibly backfire is if the film festival actually selects it and then the film goes on and does really well and you win an Oscar for your creativity. Which, the way Hollywood's going, man, I wouldn't discount that as actually happening.
It's like the movie The Producers, where the basic plot is that you make more money if you make a bad film that loses money, and then they make one that's so bad that it's funny, and then it makes money. So you make your sex doll movie so good that you got to see the color in this movie. Like
the editing is sublime. Wow. Yeah.
You win for best editor and you literally just hit record.
The end of the film is just you going, oh shit, it's still recording. The rest of it. Yeah. Good times, man.
Although, I reckon you can make a film, the accidental film, where you're like, I accidentally recorded my day and then all this crazy shit happened. And then it literally ends with that. And that's the whole plot.
Yeah. It just ends with the sex doll sitting in lingerie on the bed. And then the lights go down. Lingerie also attacked right now. Oh man.
Oh yeah, you use like licensed music, but because you're thinking it's not going to go anywhere, it doesn't matter. But then because it gets selected, now you've got to actually pay.
There's all these, I mean, hey, I think we're onto something here. I think both we're going to win Oscars and we're going to win people's hearts, and we're going to write off all the money for tax purposes. I like it. I like it. It's good. I mean, that's just a necessary distraction, I suppose, for the.
It would be fun to make a film and like actively tell people, this film stars 10 sex dolls because it was a tax write-off.
We bought one sex doll for the film, but then we broke it. How did you break it? Use your imagination. And then, so we had to buy another one. You get called in for a tax audit. What was this expense? That was a sex doll. That's the business.
It would almost be worth it for the, like, this is kind of leaning into the internet to like actually say, well, I'm going to make a film with a sex doll so I can get it as a tax write-off. But then using that for publicity so that you actually get an audit from the tax thing, and then you make another video of being audited by the tax audit office on my sex doll.
Yeah. You know, I think this needs more exploration for sure. See what else we can add to the plot of this film, so that we can make it even more. And then obviously the sequel is the severe audit that you receive. Yeah.
Having like serious tax accountants, and then, I mean, even if you're going to lose it, you may as well like at least get some questions in there and ask them about.
For sure. So what's this expense right here? Lube.
At what point? How many times do I have to use the sex doll before it's personal expense versus business?
If I'm always filming, is it always a business use?
And do I need to create a logbook? Because here, if you have like a car, you're supposed to log how many kilometers you drove and for what time. So do I need to log my time of how long I used the sex doll for personal versus business?
Yeah.
or the fun part would be to like set up a fake business like this and then hire an accountant and then like have a meeting and not explain what you do as a business, and then run through your taxes and be like, I've recorded how many hours I spent on personal versus business with my sex doll. Just have this meticulous spreadsheets of time and whatever you've used the sex doll.
I feel like it's gonna ruin someone's career as a tax auditor person, but still, it'll be fun for the rest of us. Yeah, I like it.
Because here, like, if you write off your phone or your internet, your home internet, because if you're like working from home, then you need to be able to say like how many hours you worked at home versus in the office and how much of your internet you used. So you say, well, this is a very expensive item and I want to be very accurate in my reporting. So therefore, here's a breakdown of all the times I used the sex doll over the last 365 days.
Yep.
Here's 1,000 entries and...
Yep. What's this entry right here? 44 gallons. Oh, that's strawberry flavored lube. So,
and it says here that you're actually a cash register attendant. What does the sex doll have to do with your work?
It's a side hustle. Wow.
Yeah. Well, if we go in a slightly different tact, how long should you wait before complaining at McDonald's because it's too slow?
10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. However, I guess originally the idea was for McDonald's was for you to be out in 60 seconds, but they only had burgers and fries at that time. So let's just give them like
that long now.
I don't even know. But like I'm gonna say 10 minutes because maybe you've ordered something fucking stupid.
Well, this guy was fuming because he had to wait for 8 minutes to get his food. It does say, however, the dad was not a very McHappy meal after waiting 8 minutes for 2 McFlurries and a milkshake. The father began tapping his foot as other orders from companies such as Uber Eats and Deliveroo were prioritized. The man allegedly had been waiting 15 minutes. However, CCTV footage revealed it was 8 minutes. He told the Metro, which is the magazine or newspaper, I'd only gone in there for 2 McFlurries and a milkshake. And with it just being drinks, it should have only taken 5 minutes for them to get it ready. Even though McFlurries are not drinks. So anyway, I wouldn't have minded, but it was completely empty in there too. It feels like you actually go in the restaurant, you're kind of ignored, like the delivery orders are more important. First of all, it's not a restaurant.
True.
They actually said they actually have a thing on McDonald's actually like said that they, in any instance we don't meet those high standards, we encourage customers to speak with the restaurant team to deal with their concerns.
But this guy was like, I'm going to write to the paper.
Yeah, because I had to wait for 8 minutes.
Oh my God. You know, something like this, I'm like, dude, the people working there are getting paid shitty fucking wages. They don't need your shit. So however long it takes is how long it fucking takes. Just chill the fuck out. 8 minutes is not the end of the world. So yeah, they have stuff to do. And you know, how else are they going to spit in all the hamburgers and stuff like that out the back? Come on.
It's hard to spit in a milkshake and mix it all up and hide it.
Yeah,
you only give them 8 minutes.
It takes time to, crush up all the little pieces that they found on the floor to put into your McFlurry. So they got.
But I mean, there was a massive twist in this tale. The guy did actually begin tapping his foot. So
if he did that and I was working there, I would find an axe and chop his foot off. Like, all right, dude, keep tapping your foot. Tap your other fucking foot. Okay, I wouldn't do that, but I would be less likely to speed up. I would, in fact, slow down and then maybe subtract some quality from the product he was receiving. So,
well, yeah, it's very important news that not only did they write about it, then Lad Bible rewrote about this. So it's being covered in multiple outlets that this man had to wait 8 minutes.
I mean, Lad Bible is the lowest form of journalism in the entire internet, which is saying a hell of a lot. But they write reviews, and not reviews. They write stories about TikTok posts. Do not include the TikTok post for you to check out. They just describe it. It's like, what is this world we live in? There's like, the TikTok existing is not good enough. You have to write an article about a TikTok that exists. They're kind of lame. But yeah, I mean, a dude waiting 8 minutes at McDonald's is not newsworthy. It should not be something that is published.
I think it is. I think it should be the front page.
No.
Man waits 8 minutes.
If he waited 11 and a half minutes and then started tapping his feet, then we have a thing. But no, not 8 minutes. That's crazy. So,
well, they then tied into another story, which seems like it would be more important to actually cover this one. So last year, a seething customer blockaded a drive-through for 2 hours and refused to move until police arrived at the scene. The man said that staff told him to wait in the car park as they prepared his food. He said, a week ago, I got made to wait in the car park for over 15 minutes. They said, go and wait in the car park. I said, I'm not going anywhere until I get my food. He was then offered a cash refund, but wanted the refund put back onto the card he originally paid with and vowed to stay there for a week if necessary. The man ultimately stayed in the drive-thru for 2 hours before police removed him. He admitted that he never got his Egg McMuffins and ordered 2 Big Macs via Uber Eats when he got home. So
What's
he
wrong
wanted
with people? What is, like, have you got nothing to do but sit in a fucking drive-through waiting for people to move? I don't understand these people, man. Yeah, hey, that's who they are, I guess. Who gets fucking so angry about an egg McMuffin?
And then goes home and orders more.
Yeah, and also, if the drive-through takes too long, this is a life hack. Get out of your fucking car and walk into the place and order at the counter instead of the drive-through. It's fine. It works. You get the exact same food experience.
Or just order on Uber Eats and save your problems.
If that works, what are you doing wasting your time? I mean, come on. So I feel this bro needs to learn his lesson.
Yeah.
Also, again, waiting 15 minutes for your food, it's not the end of the world. So chill out. So, it takes ages to get your egg McMuffin, spit in it, get it ready, get it out to you without you noticing.
Yeah, I would not be eating the meal if after all that, like. Yep. And the Uber Eats, if you're Uber Eating from the same McDonald's, you'd want to be like putting a different name in it.
Yeah, do not put your own name on it. Get someone else's name
Bob
for sure.
Smith.
Yeah.
Well, what's your personal best on getting random women pregnant?
How is best measured? I mean, like I don't know, a number of times or what are we talking about here?
Well, I don't know. Either way,
I'm gonna claim that's never happened and just shut my mouth. So
pretty disappointing. Well, this says I got 3 girls pregnant, and then found out my girlfriend is also pregnant.
So you got 4 women pregnant. Well done. That's maths. Well done.
I'm a 24-year-old male, and my life has been quite dramatic. For starters, me and my girlfriend were kind of going downhill when we were on a small break/rest from each other sort of thing. During this small breakup, I went ham and slept with so many girls I forgot I had a girlfriend. It was unprecedented freedom that I haven't had for a while, not needing to ask my girlfriend for permission to go out or to talk to other girls or even people. That sounds very healthy.
Wait. So before this, he was asking permission to speak to other girls? Hey, can I go over and
speak to people?
Well, yeah, that also. Can I go over and speak to those people? No.
Can I speak? Can I go out? Can I talk to other girls? Can I speak to people? Is a very big difference too.
Yeah, I guess. So, it feels like this wasn't maybe the healthiest relationship so far. But anyway, there's more to it.
So basically, during the 7 months we were separated, how many women do you reckon he says he slept with?
Well, 3 of them got pregnant. So I'm guessing 3.
He says, I slept with 60 to 70 women from Singapore to Malaysia to Thailand.
Dude.
And then he says, me and my girlfriend eventually went back together and everything was fine. And of course, I didn't tell her about it, what I did during our short breakup.
No. That's the way to do it. Don't tell.
But it wasn't until I received a text from one of the flings I hooked up with and she was pregnant and was 100% sure it was mine. I held off telling my girlfriend the news because I needed time to process it.
Yeah, as you would.
A girl who I was normal friends with, in brackets, and I remembered finishing in her and the other fling claimed to be pregnant with my kid, and now I have 2 kids. Okay. I'm like, oh my God. So like a few weeks, I get another from a girl with her pregnancy test, and somehow I also finished in her as well. So I have 3 kids, and during this time, my girlfriend was holding off on and surprised me with her pregnancy test. Yes, now my girlfriend is also pregnant. I came clean and told her about the other pregnant girls, but promised to stay with her. She got really mad about how I had 4 girls, including her, carrying my kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just, just seems like an awful lot of unprotected finishing in people when you know what that could lead to, the possible outcome of that. I think you need to be more careful, sir. Also, your girlfriend, did she return to the relationship pregnant? Is she 3 months pregnant after your 7 months break? What's going on? How, she paused the pregnancy? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. This dude seems, he's got some juice in him. That's for sure. Getting all these ladies pregnant, but
yeah, I think you should probably get that checked.
Yeah. I would be looking for DNA tests for all of these kids when they're born. But also, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, look, I feel like the girlfriend has the right to be upset. He going around impregnating women. She just taking lots of dick and getting impregnated by one person. He's impregnating multiple people. So, yeah, it's not cool. Not cool.
Not ideal.
But at least all his dreams are coming true. He now will be able to make his kids be a band and rival. He just needs one more, and he can rival the Jackson 5. So there you go.
That would be, yeah. I mean, the selling point on that is astronomical.
They're all brothers. They all got different mothers.
They're all the same age.
Yeah, this writes itself. This whole plan. So yeah. Good job.
Twins.
Oh yeah, if there's twins, ooh, there you go. Fantastic.
Well, stop me when this one becomes suspicious. A woman has bravely revealed her marital struggles.
Suspicious. All right, sorry. Bravely revealed her.
On live TV, as she begs for guidance on what to do. She called this morning to get help during the show's Dear Deirdre segment. She said her husband of nearly 50 years is nipping off to Thailand without telling her, and she's discovered he's been sending money to someone in the country.
Okay.
It's normally on a Wednesday night, he goes. I just come home. There's no note, nothing. Passport gone. Clothes gone, she revealed. I'm 70 now. I just don't know what to do. Hundreds of pounds have been sent to this mysterious person in Thailand. She said that whenever she tries to bring it up with her partner, he just tells her it's none of her business.
Feel like we all know what's happening. Yes. Well, there you go. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, it's weird that on Wednesdays, the guy's gonna pop off to Thailand.
It's Wednesday. It's my weekly Thailand trip.
I mean, what she should do is on Wednesdays, stay close to him at all times. Be like, where are you going? If you're going to Thailand, you better take me with you.
Well, she should just go to Thailand.
Yeah, that's the other option. It's a good standard of living. Rent is cheap. It's a nice weather, all that sort of stuff. Get all the Thai food. So yeah,
maybe they just have a really good deal on Thai food on Wednesdays.
It would be kind of hilarious if it turned out to be a very innocent thing, he was paying off a retirement home or a home for them to retire to, but it's he's waiting to tell her months down the road, and he's supervising the building of the place or something, But anyway, that's unlikely. He's probably just paying a prostitute money, but that's fine. That's what people do sometimes. So, anyway, I wouldn't be telling this morning on people on the television that that's what's happening. They're not the people you go to for help in such a situation. You come on this podcast, we tell you what to do.
You go to a Thai hooker for help.
Yeah, Yeah, because they would know exactly what to do about it. So
Yeah.
and
So
you
we're
get some
told.
satisfaction one way or the other. So, stuff.
A guy in India fainted when he got to his examination room for his final high school year exams.
Mhm.
Can you guess why?
Why he fainted?
Yeah, when he entered the room.
Because he was deficient in iron. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. He forgot his breakfast. He had to wait 15 minutes for egg McMuffins. He couldn't. No.
He was tapping too hard while waiting for his milkshake in McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good. Yeah.
No. So a 17-year-old grade 12 student in India fainted during his board examinations. He showed up at the convention school for his maths exams in February. He later realized that he was the only guy in the examination hall, which was full of 500 girls.
Nice.
And he then blacked out and fainted.
I mean, so the presence of females. Why did you faint? Well, there was lots of girls there. So, yeah, that's not. It's not good. Was he overwhelmed? The amount of choice he had? Did he have a choice? I mean,
Yeah, he fainted out of nervousness. He developed a fever and was rushed to the hospital.
Oh, you don't want to have to explain that to a doctor. So what's up with it? Well, there was 500 girls, and I just got nervous. Yeah, dude, you ain't winning any bravery awards for that one. Some people would, be excited by that scenario and be kind of flamboyant in their performances. We wouldn't faint and be like, "Oh no, too many girls," or like we like to think we wouldn't. So anyway,
I don't know, the pressure of those exams.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just hope next time he's confronted with 500 women, he manages to stay conscious.
Yeah, lost through it all, and
just at least make it to your seat. It's fine. Poor guy.
Yeah, I wonder if he failed.
I hope so.
Well, finally, what should you not pass down to your kids?
Syphilis. I don't know. What should you not pass down? Just probably some sort of sex doll that you bought at a secondhand store.
As if that's valuable.
I mean, they could get their own fucking sex doll. Yeah, I know. Sex toys. Let's just leave it at that. I think that's a good answer.
Well, Katie Price refuses to chuck out a pair of her old underwear in the new series of Mucky Mansion because her teenage daughter, Princess Andre, would love them.
What? I don't think I want underwear from anyone. To be passed down.
You're acting as if you wouldn't have treasured a pair of tidy whities from your dad passed down.
I mean, I would not have been excited about that as an inheritance. I think where the problem becomes even worse though is like, further on down the line, it's like, these were your grandmother's knickers. She loved these.
Well, I mean, it'd be a lot harder for you because you have a brother, so you'd have to fight over who gets the.
I mean, I don't think there'd be too much of a fight. I think it'd be pretty like, no, you can have them. It's fine. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah.
These are a family heirloom.
I just feel like there's, sell them on OnlyFans or something, make some money off them, but don't expect your kids to want them. Just your pervy followers online. That's who's going to want them. You know, but also, has her daughter been consulted in this? Has she been like, yes, I totally want your dirty knickers in the future?
You would hope not. But in the show, she holds up a pair of the white underwear and said, "I'm not getting rid of that." And then she replied, "Princess would love them. River Island pants. I'm not chucking that."
I mean, the pinnacle of pants, River Island. So yeah, good time.
Well, it's basically white underwear, so yeah.
I mean, that doesn't sound all that special. It sounds like you could buy those anywhere and it not be a big deal. So yeah, maybe just move on with the underwear. I think. And I really do worry about this world we're living in. I think it's becoming more and more.
I know. Exactly. Not enough kids are excited to get their parents' underwear.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's an interesting way to look at it.
And not enough parents are considering their will and their estate planning to put in their used underwear as to who gets it.
And you know, I encourage them not to. But you know, there's a I suppose there's people out there who are super excited. You know, it's just the way it is. It's fine.
Here's your great grandmother's bedazzled.
She picked up so many dudes of these underwear.
Here's the underwear she wore on her first gangbang.
Not for long, mind you. Not for long.
But they did get used to clean up all the remnants of what happened. So
pretty soon they were on the floor with everything else. I mean, everything else. All the fluids. All of them.
All of the men finished on top of it. So if you're wondering what those stains are.
So yeah, you know, it's a good time. It's a good time.
I know these look like tidy whities, but they were actually black. You see.
Oh, no.
So many men.
Oh, dude.
This is from Grandma's first bukkake.
And second. And third. And fourth.
Not washed once between them.
Pants. Oh, man. No.
That would be good to ask an accountant. How many bukkakes do I need to wear my panties to write them off? Because like I do wear them for like personal use sometimes, so I don't want to file this wrong. I don't want to be audited and be checked by the government. So yeah, how many bukkakes until I can write these off as business?
I feel like this is not what the tax person got into that role for. They're going to be like,
it's funny if there's like an IRS or whatever, even just any random country, their tax department has like a helpline that you can call and just keep calling with obscure questions.
So, how many times is the sex doll used before it's not considered a business expense anymore?
I have a bed in which I occasionally allow people to sleep in when they're guests, but 3 nights a week we use it for the local circle jerk. So does that count as a business expense? Where we're charging $5 entry.
There are some questions that I think I don't want to know the answer to, even though.
How many circle jerks do you can write off your mattress?
I think that's one of them. That's one of the questions I would happily never find out the answer to.
There is not enough accounting advice on circle jerks and mattresses.
That is true. There's not enough. There's also too much. So it's a catch-22. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing that there is actually there are actually government websites specifically of what you can write off.
I again, very scared of this.
So there's 22 tax write-offs for adult entertainers.
Okay.
Costumes and accessories.
Good. Those are necessary.
Camera and accessories.
Good.
Stage makeup. Makeup you use while performing.
Brilliant.
So these are the problems. You don't know whether you bought it for while you're performing or for personal use.
True. I guess, look, the thing is, if you just film everything, it's always business. So
I use everything in my my adult entertainment, including this tax meeting.
I mean, it comes down to if you do an adult daily vlog and you're filming everything, and it all becomes a business expense. Everything you do.
Actually, no, it doesn't. So it doesn't work like that here. Here you cannot write off for vlogs because vlog is termed as being what you were going to do anyway.
Well, this is if you plan it and script it, then you can probably get away with it without getting in too much trouble. So,
yeah, this is where you've got to be very careful on what you.
Yeah. Either way, at some point now, we're gonna have to go into a secondhand store and be like, "Do you have any sex dolls?"
Well, there's Christopher Kirk, a tax attorney and founder of SafeWord Tax Services.
Nice.
He actually, there's an article of a guy who specifically specializes in the kinkier clientele, it says.
Oh, beautiful.
Actually, I mean, if you are an accountant, it is a good way to get into things.
Catering to the adult industry, because they're often locked out of other industry of things. People don't want to work with porn stars and stuff.
Yeah, he does say, as an attorney, I'm very aware of what goes on in the law. I keep an eye on tax court cases that come out of the tax realm to make sure my clients are served well. I wonder what else he keeps an eye on of his clients to make sure.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Cool. I'd imagine he has to run a keen eye over all of their content to make sure that they're tax compliant.
Yeah. Now, are you sure that you use this makeup in this session and not for personal uses?
Yeah, exactly. Well, now I need to just rethink my entire career, get into some of this tax stuff, tax write-offs for adult industry professionals.
Well, they also have to be classified. He says, what are we talking about? Condoms and lube, those are supplies. Floggers and dildos and canes and such, that's equipment. Those sorts of things are going to be deductible because they are ordinary and necessary business expenses engaging in operation.
Yep. Oh, man. Ordinary expenses. There you go.
Yeah. Well, that's the US term, is that, yeah, it has to be ordinary.
All right. Sweet.
Then he has to define whether, so if a person is doing sex work and a regular client gives them something, a car, for example, and continues to be a regular client, then I'd say that's income.
Mm-hmm.
But if the person leaves the business or the person who transferred the item is no longer a client, then that could be a gift.
Okay. All right.
So if you're doing findom or whatever, you need to be very specific on.
Yeah. This is just how the business works. He gives me stuff and that's it.
Yeah.
And I call him a loser. There you go.
But we don't do it regularly because he is not a client. This is a gift.
Yeah. Also, he has no money left. So,
Yeah, for tax purposes, I guess, as a findom, you need to drain all their money in the first year and then end it. And then you can define it all as gifts because they're now no longer a client.
all right, sweet.
See, we're even out here giving advice.
Which we're totally legitimately do. Oh yeah.
This episode is going to be called the tax positions of findom.
It's amazing how in every episode we find a way to open ourselves up to a lawsuit from somebody.
I'm going to say that we are not tax professionals. We are findom professionals, but not tax professionals. So,
but we're working on it.
Yeah. I haven't got my accounting degree yet.
No.
I'm
I haven't
working.
applied. I haven't even gone to one class yet, but we're figuring it out. It's going to be. There's got to be somewhere online that'll like give us a degree for $50 and be like, "Yep, you're totally got a degree now."
I'm going to say we are not. Yeah, this is not financial advice.
It is though. But yeah.
Self-education costs can be written off.
Professional subscriptions.
Journals, periodicals, and magazines that are specifically related to your job. So,
all right, lots of those. That's good. Yeah. Fuck.
It's yeah, wow.
Well,
the cost of any meals or snacks consumed during the course of a normal workday can't be claimed.
Can't be.
Yeah. But what if it's part of the
it's got to be made part of the shoot in that case then.
Any grooming costs can't be written off.
That's ridiculous. You need to be well groomed. Again, it has to be part of the shoot now. It's like, well, she was shaving me.
Or any meals you buy and eat when you work overtime.
They can or cannot be.
They can be.
All right, sweet.
Multimedia expenses directly related to your work, such as downloading music files or tapes that will be used for rehearsals.
Okay. All right, sweet.
Hmm.
Wasn't aware the adult business did rehearsals, but sorry, we just got to practice just fucking for a bit, and then and then we shoot for real. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, yep. The financials they're there.
Well, it appears I've got a lot of studying to do, so I'm gonna go and do some boning up.
I'm on the Australian government website, and it specifically talks about example of allowance type, nude allowance. So that's not deductible.
Okay.
So not only is a nude allowance a thing, but the Australian government website specifically mentions it. Or yeah.
All
so
right.
I wonder if you can get that in like a desk job. Can I get a nude allowance as a receptionist?
Yeah. Why not? It sounds like, you're not hurting anybody, except for, Debbie and accounts' marriage. That's all. But hey, that's fine.
The best is they have examples. So example, allowance is accessible income, no deduction allowable. Ricky is an employee dancer in an adult entertainment club. As Ricky appears nude or semi-nude, his employer pays him a nude allowance of $25 per week. The allowance is shown on Ricky's payment summary at the end of the income year. Ricky must declare the allowance as an income in his tax return.
Okay.
Yeah. So
$25 a week. That's impressive. So it's a good income right there for being nude or semi-nude.
So when the deduction is allowed, Wanda serves drinks in an adult dance club. She must wear a compulsory uniform when she is working. Her uniform is a t-shirt and a black skirt, both which have the club's name on them.
Okay.
The employer gives her the uniform, but she's responsible for laundering it. She receives a laundry allowance of $4 per week for laundering her uniform. This allowance is shown on Wanda's income statement at the end of the income year. She must declare the allowances in her tax return. I wonder how many other industries they have where they give examples and.
I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, we're deep diving into the tax code now to see. I feel like this could be a long one, but yeah, I'm kind of scared. Not gonna lie.
I mean, there's not a good allowance. Yeah, you need a new allowance.
Like, wait, you're nude? Oh, what are you talking about? You guys wear clothes? For anyone related and connected to my employer, I'd like to point out I have not received my nude allowance since I started the company, and I will be looking for it to be back paid. Thank you.
Yeah. The lack of nude allowance in my job, seriously.
It's quite disturbing.
Yeah.
On multiple levels. But
here I am, turning up to work nude, getting fired for it, when I should be paid extra.
Yeah, it's a thing you can pay extra for. What the fuck? Getting a written warning for being nude. Yeah, especially when I'm working from my own home. They can't force me to wear clothes in my own house. It's like, yeah, but you're on video chat. That's your problem. No,
that's why I need my allowance.
Yeah. Anyways, I think there's a lot of research to do, both into the adult industry and to the tax code from here.
And asking my findom if this should be a gift or a
I think it should be a gift. Let's just think about it. I think it's a gift. I think we should call it a gift. But yeah, I think now that we've got so much to look into and to study, we should leave it there for now. And next week, come back with a comprehensive rundown of advice. So thanks for teaching me that secondhand sex dolls were a thing. I'm now gonna
and tax write-offs
for said sex dolls. Yeah.